Okay, Season 2, Episode 1, 737. Now, this episode was an interesting one. Starts off kind of odd, but the show just checking my phone here. The show like I said, the episode starts off. We see well, I'm gonna just off camera here. Anyway, we see what happened at the end of the last season. They're dealing with Tuco, and he says, he beats up at one of his associates, and while they're about to take off, when all of a sudden he pulls out he comes back up to them, he pulls out his associate. They beat up, and his associate is sitting there dying. In the end, right there, he just dies. Okay, dies from the beat down that he got from Tuco. Yeah, his other associate, take care of him, take care of the body, and we go from there. Oh, by the way, episode 6, we learned that Walter comes up with his street name, because that's the thing. Drug dealers, well, they all have a street name, and Walter's street name was Heisenberg. Let's see here. I'm gonna grab a drink. I got, one of the people here. This restaurant is sitting outside here. It's closed already. One of the guys brought me a drink out. It's not bad. It's a Coca-Cola. So, by the way, not liking Coca-Cola. I mean, I drink stuff normally, but anyway. Tell you the truth, I prefer Pepsi, better taste to me. Or, whatever. Yeah, he comes up with the name Heisenberg. And he starts to deal with Tuco. They see this and they think, oh, this guy is fucking nuts. Well, they think that they're being, watched by Tuco, which I wouldn't put it past this character. Let's see here. I just watched the episode. I'm thinking about this. There's other stuff that happened. Marie's trying to act like nothing's happening, which I found out right just during this episode that I thought that Hank, the DEA agent, who was the brother-in-law DEA agent, is Skylar's brother, but it's not that way. Marie is Skylar's sister, and Hank is the brother-in-law of both, because Marie is married to Hank. Well, Hank and Marie have a little talk, and he's saying that that she's got a appointment with this one person. Which, to tell you the truth, from what she's talking, the way she was talking, I don't think she's doing these appointments. She runs over this kid's car, this kid's radio controlled car, and just destroys it. And Hank, pays for the car, pays for the whole thing, pays the kid for the thing. Marie is trying to get a hold, get a hold of him, talk to her sister, and she's not returning her calls. She's not even talking to her because of the whole shoplifting thing. Well, Hank takes it upon himself to go see Skylar, and sorry, I'm trying to adjust things here, kind of moving around. By the way, it's a helicopter lifting off from Parker Center. And there's a car leaving as the last person at the bar across the way here. Anyway. After not returning multiple calls of Marie, Hank goes to see Skylar and talks to her. Skylar finds out that Hank knew about this whole shoplifting thing all along, that she's seeing someone about it, and it kind of angers her. And Hank ends up calling up Walter to prepare him for an earful. This whole time, Walter and Jesse are thinking they're paranoid, okay? Paranoid with Tuco. So they think, okay, the best thing to do is to get rid of Tuco. Kill him. They first think, okay, kill him with a gun. But then they realize, okay, they got the big guy. And another possible third person to deal with. So what they do is they do come to this conclusion, that they come to this idea, okay? Walter shows Jesse these beans, and these beans, when mixed with something else, creates a stuff called ricin, which is a very potent poison. They're making the stuff for Tuco, and they put the little ricin in another batch, a small little batch that they put in a little tiny bag. Those little tiny bags are like maybe about, I would say, about that big or something, and it's a little Ziploc. The only way I can describe it is when I got these earbuds I listen to stuff on my computer with, or whatever I listen to. It came with like other little rubber pieces in a little tiny bag. Those kind of bags. One of those, they say one of those kind of bags. They explain that it's a new batch. They say they're going to tell him it's a new batch, and they want him to try it out. And he says that in about 3 days, in 48 hours to 72 hours, Tuco will be dead of what will be known as natural causes. And he says, what, something like a heart attack or something like that, or a flu. Well, that's when Hank calls. Hank calls because he's actually at work. He's looking over a crime scene. Crime scene ends up being both big guy and the guy who was earlier beaten up, both dead. Both guys are both of Tuco's associates, dead. And he says, Hank says, I know these guys. These are associates of Tuco Salamanca. And he says, well, I guess it's done to associate with them. Yeah, kind of bad joke there, but it was good. Well, Walter goes home with his gun, with Jesse's gun. Jesse gets a bag together with the money, his share of the money, and Walter goes home, talks to Skylar for a little bit. Well, no, doesn't talk to Skylar. Finds Skylar in the bathtub. Walter Jr.'s at a friend's house. He's about ready to talk. She says, "Come on, talk to me." He's about ready to start talking when he notices lights on out in the outside. He sees that it's Jesse in his car. Goes out, says, "What the hell are you doing here?" And he sees Tuco in the back seat with a gun pointing at Jesse's head. Tuco says, "Get in." And they take off, and that's the end of the episode. What I can say about it is, holy shit, they are dealing with a guy who is absolutely batshit crazy. Okay, this Tuco guy was this Tuco guy, he is batshit fucking insane. Also, another thing, this episode is directed by Bryan Cranston, the guy who plays Walter White. You know, Bryan Cranston, I would say he's a great actor. Okay, he can really act his shit off. Oh, by the way, the episode name. Sorry, car was starting up. Went down the way here. Anyway, the episode name 737 is basically he after their first meeting with Tuco, he figures out that they need $737,000. Figures out how many meetings he's got to do with Tuco, and that'll be it. Well, they weren't counting on Tuco being an absolute batshit crazy person who would probably kill anyone that deals with him. Which, you know, given that he killed both of his associates, he would probably kill Walter and Jesse. You gonna leave or something? The car dropped someone off. The person's already left. The person that dropped them off hasn't left yet. Okay, now they're going. Alright, anywho, yeah, this show was directed by Bryan Cranston. I think Bryan Cranston's a great actor. I remember the first time I ever saw Bryan Cranston he was the father on Malcolm in the Middle, which was a decent sitcom. But for me, Bryan Cranston's character was my favorite. It was Hal. You know, he was my favorite character, and I like Bryan Cranston's work. He's a great actor. Another reason why I like him, he's a Dodger fan. You know. But yeah, this was directed by him, and wow, it's just the show is getting great. So yeah, that is episode 2737, and right now I'm about to take on and watch season 2, episode 2, Grilled. See you in the next vlog.